Why should your company have OpenHR? OpenHR is a manager of human resources and workforce in cloud. With OpenHR, you would decrease expenses and increase productivity. When in OpenHR we talk about managing the workforce, we are saying that we don't only have to manage the employees in our company with a work contract, but all those people who add value to the company. We are talking about those who are self-employed, freelancers, interns, etc. In conclusion, all of the people who work with us and we have to manage because they apport value to our company. For this, OpenHR is fundamental. What does the employee see when he accesses OpenHR? Upon entering, the employee, or whoever works with us and is in the system, the first thing he would see, because it can be set in every company, is an ads wall where we can upload a corporate video, a directory of addresses of interest for the company, whatever information, ads, graphs, collective agreements, anything of interest to be seen by the employees when they log into the system. Besides, the user may fill out a survey of working schedule. Every employee has access to a satisfaction survey, and at the same time, he can check his personal data. I, as an employee, can look at my name, address, and all the information the company has about me. We see that there's no way to edit this information. If the employee thinks something is wrong, he can apply for a modification. In order to do that, he would go to Applications. Here we can see a list of predefined applications which can be edited by each company, though depending on the company needs, more requests could be added, as requesting new formative applications, new personal protective equipment, social aids, etc. In this case, I've noticed that my personal data contains an error, such as an error in my name. I can simply edit the field and can request the change. It's not automatically saved, but after requesting it, a previously assigned supervisor would be informed that an employee has requested the change. He may approve it or not. This is the way we keep the integrity of our human resources database. There's also a list of requests which allow a workflow, which means that they can be approved through a chain of people. If there's a kind of request like a vacation day off or a special course, it might be approved by the supervisor, then approved by the company chair, and so on. We can define as many workflows as we want to. Besides the personal information, I can also check my employment data, that is, all my contracts and employment relations within the company. For example, I have had 3, from this time to this time, and if I want to see the information on all of them, I can check the kind of contract, which agreements, category, position, etc., and I can see all the data related to each working period. I can also check my bank account to change it if I should create a new request. I can also view, as an employee, my CV. That is, not only personal and employee data, but also all my work history and formative education. I may request to add more. I can also check pay stubs, bills, or invoices the company has created for me. They are sorted by year, and they can be downloaded at any time. This is an advantage to reduce expenses because there's no need to print, deliver, or call anybody. The employee is able to get these documents from anywhere through any device connected to the internet. Not only payroll, also retention certificates or number of children to calculate the rent, any kind of document that has been assigned to me by the company. I will be able to check and print it. As an employee, I can also view all my absences. It's simply a list of days I've been absent due to vacations, visits to the doctor, or any other personal days off. With this, we avoid a lot of time and work requesting this information. The employee can just check it himself easily. An employee can also view the vacation time that the company has assigned to him. In another possible scenario where my vacation request has been denied, well, I can also see this at a glance. Besides that the vacation system tells me the days I still have left, I can also request days off easily if something comes up. We can point out that the employee has access to all the information he needs, as the company offers all the information relative to the employee, and it's the employee himself who requests the modifications. This system allows the company to enrich all the user data and be at his disposition immediately, but also other intermediary positions can manage a single employee or big groups easily, without requesting the information from the Human Resources Department. All the information is accessible to them, avoiding petitions, phone calls, faxes, etc. What does the Human Resources Manager see when he opens OpenHR? Let's log in as a Human Resources Manager. Actually, when we say Human Resources Manager, we are making a simplification, because it's not only the Human Resources Manager who can enter to manage the employees. This can be done by bosses, chairs, section leaders, etc. We can limit the employees who are listed for each manager, or make the employees accessible for only a selected employer, or show the employees of a specific company. In this way, we can rearrange the information, making each manager able to manage only a selected group of employees. We can create a leader in charge of 4 people, and they could only see their data and also approve their requests. This is a way to handle the information only where it's needed. In order to make it a bit simpler, we'll keep talking about a Human Resources Manager. When he logs into the system, he would see a list of all the employees who he is in charge of, the people who are currently working, and also those who are no longer available. We store all the information. Each employee has their section, which we can consult. We can look up filtering by name, zip code, or any other data. OpenHR is not only for people. OpenHR is multi-company, so we can check all the companies that I'm working with. OpenHR can take data from different payroll sources and attendance records from different companies. Imagine there's a company that has several branches in different locations. We would have all the information independent of their country, language, or workplace management in one place. Here we can view all the companies I'm managing, all the workplaces I'm going to use to elaborate the reports, to know where the employees are, and every person I work with. If I go ahead and click on Personal Data, I can view and edit the fields because I'm responsible for this information in the database. Within the Employee section, I can see, besides the personal data, all the files I've sent him, and his CV with information relative to his studies, working experience, training, etc. In fact, I can view all the contracts he has had. So a manager can look for an employee whenever he needs the information. For example, because they will be meeting each other soon, or just because he's planning a new project. The good thing is that, at a glance, he can check who his supervisors are, a record of his contracts, absences, his bank accounts, bonuses, etc. Also, he can check the assets given by the company to do his job, such as a cell phone, car, etc. This is a nice and time-effective way of making decisions, considering real and updated data concerning the employees. I can access the CVs of each person. If there's someone in training, we can give them access to this page so that they can't see the economic data, but only the information related to their training. and that way they could make plans according to their experience and organize e-learning classes. Also, as I am the person in charge, I can see the applications that apply to me. Let's see, I can see who has asked me for information, those messages that I've replied to, those that I haven't replied to yet, or all of them. I can see this absence request. This person has asked for permission for a day off for a medical appointment. I can accept it or reject it. In addition, I can notify the necessary parties of the changes to their supervisor or the company's doctor or to whomever, and leave comments about the absence. It's a way to keep the requests quickly at your reach, avoiding a long wait list or making phone calls or writing emails. This way we can accomplish more work in a smaller amount of time, being much more productive and saving the company money. Under absences, as the overseer responsible, I can see all the absences of the employees, and as well, since some companies don't have biometric attendance systems, the program can be a great help to keep all that information in one place. Information such as, this employee has missed so many days of a certain project, or has asked off a certain number of days for weddings, etc. This way, you can include the data of both attendance and absence in one place, and it can function as an effective time management system. I can also view the employee reimbursements if at some point I want to see what items an employee has requested a reimbursement for, such as food, cell phone, or transportation. I can also place a value on these items so that I can easily see the price of each one. We know that the function of human resources, coupled with the needs that a company has that relates to their labor force, are always changing. They are always dependent upon the country where they are, including possibly the community that they are a part of, the company's culture, the activity the company is developing, in short, many things. Today's necessities may not be the same as tomorrow's, as these items are always dynamic, not static. Tomorrow we may begin a new project. Maybe our employees will need new training and new knowledge to accomplish a certain project. OpenHR is cognizant of this necessity for change, and therefore it can be personalized. This is why we have created this area of personalized data so that each user can create their own fields whenever they need to. I, as an employer or manager, might need to create pre-employment training. So I can do that, telling the system that I need to name the courses with the dates, instructors, time, whether it allows for uploading of files, and at the moment of creation, the prospective employees can view the corresponding information, or only the people in charge. It's a way of increasing productivity and personalizing so that it fits in with the company's culture and the daily activities. It's an easy way of personalizing and being in tune with the current needs of the company. Also, within the core of the system of OpenHR, there are satisfaction surveys for the employees to give feedback. I can see and analyze the answers anytime I wish. I can also easily export them to Excel to look for any significant indicators. I can see all the results so that I can create a report on the workplace climate. All of this is the nucleus, the basics of OpenHR. OpenHR can be deployed wherever. Its usability is well developed. It's so easy to use. As you can see, it's not difficult for anyone to learn, from a manager to a newly hired employee. It can be used from any platform, from a tablet, smartphone, iPad, from the internet, or on a smart TV. There aren't any plugins necessary. You don't need to download anything. You can use any standard browser to run OpenHR. There are also modules that we can incorporate at any time. OpenHR has several modules that you can incorporate at any time. Among others, CV Manager and Job Search functions, which is easy to use and does away with paper CVs and trying to access PDFs, because the user can access this from his workstation, ready to be analyzed by the hiring department. Another module, the Training Manager and e-learning platform. With this module, you have all the information up to date. From here, employees can take training courses and have direct access to the courses remotely. This system saves hours of training and allows the managers to immediately view the completed trainings. Reporting and dashboard control. In order to show reports and indicators of management, there can be graphs and ratios. OpenHR uses a direct interface with Excel. That way you don't need to learn a new program, and you have all the information at your disposal in OpenHR. Vacation planning. It's not only about using a calendar to organize days off, but also to agree upon the planning of the days in an interactive way, so that employees can ask for the days off and their managers can interact by responding to their requests in one place. Comments and travel expenses. Wherever the employee is and whatever expense they need to charge, the employee can input the data and expenses on their own, and the managers can immediately respond to the charges and they can be sent to the appropriate department. Workplace climate and performance surveys. In an easy, dynamic way, employees can submit surveys anonymously and can complete their performance evaluations. Hiring. OpenHR allows managers to not only hire directly, but also to hire employees indirectly through subcontractors, or freelancers or self-employed people. By adding other companies to your system, you can also view the other employees in their systems. You can also manage the contracts between companies, including all the documents related to liability and work environment insurance. Internal communication. With this module, employees can manage their work environment and can integrate within specific assignments in the company. It's an effective way to link all the company's information into new projects. Each employee can add information, use a chat, forum, or library in an internal system to manage their assignments. Absence Manager. In this module, we can import all the collected absences that an employee has. In this way, we can link the employees to the different centers and to the reporting departments. It's a way to integrate all the information and data into OpenHR. All this information can be exported to examine, generating indicators about absences and attendance of the employees. With all these modules, together with OpenHR, the user has a complete personalized system of human resources at his fingertips. OpenHR is an effective tool to completely manage all the company's needs in one place. Please don't hesitate to contact us to answer any and all questions you may have about this system. Contact any of our offices in Europe, Latin America, or the United States. We would be delighted to help you.